Now let's take you to Afghanistan, where another rule put in place by Taliban has ignited a debate. The Afghan government has imposed school uniforms keeping with Islamic dressing norms. This has ended up adding an extra financial burden on the people of the country. Take a look.
I'm very happy that they have chosen this prophetic clothing for us. This outfit creates a distinction between school students and those on the street so that people can recognize who is a school student and who is just an ordinary person.
From grade 9 to 12, we wear white clothes and white turbans. These turbans are part of the Sunnah, and the white clothes help distinguish us.
These are the students of Mahmood Tarzi School in the Taliban heartland of southern Kandahar, attending classes in their new uniforms. From Kandahar to Herat, since the start of the school year in March, Afghan boys have been required to wear turbans and long tunics, following an order to adopt outfits reflecting the Taliban rule. The rule, ordered by the Taliban Supreme Leader Hibatullah Akhundzada, took time to be enforced and is still implemented unevenly across the country. Among teachers and school principals, also told to swap their suits and ties or casual clothes for salwar kameez and a black turban. Before the Taliban takeover in 2021, the salwar kameez and turban, traditional wear in the region, were uncommon in academic or professional settings. Since their return, the streets of Kabul and other areas have become more uniform, with many men opting for the monochrome loose trousers and long tunic. Once mostly limited to religious schools, the salwar kameez with a turban or hat are now mandatory for all students, whether in public or private schools.
This was a decree from Sheikh Sahib Hibatullah Akhundzada, Taliban Supreme Leader, stating that school students should be distinguishable from boys on the street. Based on that, a directive was issued before Eid, stating that students from grade 1 to 9 should wear sky blue clothes and a white hat, while students from grade 9 to 12 should wear white clothes and a turban. This is to ensure a clear distinction between students and non-students.
However, there are a few teachers who have raised the issue of the cost of these uniforms. According to them, one uniform may cost 1,000 Afghanis or $14 in a country where 85% of the population lives on less than $1 a day. How are Afghans going to afford the new Taliban-imposed attire? This is not the first time the Taliban has targeted men. New laws require men to grow fist-length beards and bar them from imitating non-Muslims in appearance or behavior. And now, with the new uniforms in schools, the Taliban government's education ministry cites strengthening discipline, masking social inequalities, and promoting what the authorities see as true Islamic attire as reasons for the dress code change.
This is a very good initiative by Sheikh Sahib Hibatullah Akhundzada, Taliban Supreme Leader, as there should be a distinction between school students and others. The people in society need to understand that school students should be separated from those who are just out on the streets. So this is a commendable step.
But what about the inequality that girls and women are facing in the country? Almost 4 years since the Taliban took over, Afghanistan stands out as the only country in the world where secondary and higher education is strictly forbidden to girls and women. Afghan girls have been banned from attending school beyond year 6, while boys started the new school year at secondary schools across Afghanistan in March. There are still no plans for girls to attend. Akhundzada was heavily criticized last year after he approved a host of new vice and virtue laws which state that women must completely veil their bodies, including their faces, in thick clothing at all times in public to avoid leading men into temptation and vice. Girls are already from a young age required to wear uniforms, often a long black dress over matching trousers with a white headscarf, but can no longer study past primary school in non-religious institutions. Will they ever even get to study in the near future again? For boys, this is yet another directive from the Taliban that every student and teacher should follow without fail. Do people in Afghanistan have any choice?